So, for the first time in a long time, I'm doing a Marvel Legends figure, and it's going to be Nick Fury. Now, Nick Fury first appears in Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos #1 in 1963. More on his backstory later. It's a very nice sculpt, being one of the earlier Marvel Legends. You can see he's got the shield uniform on. I think he also came in a variant where is like a stealth shield uniform, where these were slightly gray or black. See, he has these eye patch and nice little ammo packets on the belt, little strap. He has a holster for his gun, and the little flap lifts up and pull out the pistol. He doesn't hold the pistol too well. As you see, there's a cut there that you can you have to work the trigger guard of the gun into. So it is quite tricky getting it in there, but when you do, it's no problem. And because it has been stored in the holster, it is a little bit bent. The barrel of the gun is a little bit bent, but I prefer it stored in there, and you just clip nicely right in there. And as you can notice on the face sculpt, there is kind of a gap in the teeth. I believe that, this is my personal opinion, I believe that they were going to mold a cigar in there, or part of the cigar in there, but at the time Marvel didn't want to promote smoking of any kind, so they just took it out there. So I went ahead and made him a cigar by hand. So he's got a stogie to chomp on. Now, as for articulation, now arms go back and forth. Oh, just want to say his nice shield insignia there. Arms go back and forth. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The hands rotate, and the fingers, they're all hinged together. The head is on a ball joint. It doesn't have really full range of motion, but you get quite a few nice poses in there. He's got hip joints forward and back, in and out. Rotates at the upper thigh, even though he's quite stiff. Or there we go. Rotate at the upper thigh. Double knee bend. Rotate and ankle bend. A little bit of a pivot on the nails, and toe. Fairly nice. Now he comes with a little jetpack that you can clip on. It's got the nice shield insignia, so you can put him in a flying position. Now, quite nice, actually. And that's what really attracted me to the Marvel Legends at first, is that you got so much with the figure. I mean, you got accessories, you got the great articulation, you got a stand of some sort, and not just a plain stand, a very decorative stand. Plus, you got a reprinted comic. I mean, what a deal when they came out. So, just to go over his backstory, He was the oldest of 3 kids of a World War I aviator who grew up in Hell's Kitchen in New York. He was an amateur boxer, and then he got into wing walking and parachuting. And that's when, in 1940, Lieutenant Samuel Sawyer, a British commando, he recruited him for a mission because of his parachuting experience. He then joins the Army at during World War II, and when Captain Sawyer assembles a commando team of U.S. Rangers, he's one of the guys that they turn to lead them. And he gets injured by a landmine during World War II, and that's how he loses his eye. And then after the war, he agrees to be a test subject for the so-called infinity formula that will extend people's natural life. And this came out of the Project Rebirth, or the Captain America Super Soldier Project. So anyway, he soon joins OSS, which then becomes the CIA, and he's a CIA agent for a while until S.H.I.E.L.D. is formed. He becomes one of the heads of S.H.I.E.L.D. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's a takeover by the LMDs, or the life model duplicates that look like humans but are actually robots, androids, and what they do is they actually replace S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and take over S.H.I.E.L.D. So after that, he deals with that crisis, and he sets about creating a smaller S.H.I.E.L.D., close-knit, easier to run, easier to keep in check. Kind of depending upon what the writers need it to do. It's either sanctioned by the UN, or it's part of the US military. It's, and it swings back and forth for a long time. And of course, S.H.I.E.L.D. is always a big part of the Marvel Universe. Really gained popularity during the Civil War, and that all started with the Secret War, which he invades Latveria, and it gets him thrown out of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then he starts the new Howling Commandos to deal with the Skrull invasion and the Norman Osborn controlled S.H.I.E.L.D. or Hammer. Now the Infinity Formula, as I said, it slows his aging down. And he used to be able to have to take an annual injection, but after the years, he no longer needs it. And so he's been around since World War II. He knows all sorts of martial arts and military stuff. Anything. He's a combat vet of 3 wars. World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. To show you, get up closer to the figure one more time. You can see his 5 o'clock shadow.